Right, so it's Scott here for Rebellious Noise. I'm here with Marcos from P.O.D.
What's up?
We're here at the Underworld. It's sold out tonight. It's going to be a great show. First of all, mate, just want to see how'd download go.
Amazing. Awesome. Wicked.
Wicked, there we go.
Nah, it was cool, man. We haven't been over here in about 9 years.
Yeah, 9-10 years.
So it was good to see that people still remembered us. Because, I mean, not that we had any doubt. It was just like, well, damn, man, we haven't been over there so long.
Yeah.
And the tent we were in was full, and it was all the way back. So it was killer.
That's cool, man.
And everybody was singing along to the old ones and the new tunes.
That's
awesome.
cool. It must feel good when you, because you can't expect the old ones. But then when you get the new ones, you don't realize who knows the new song.
Exactly, yeah.
That must be cool. You guys went on a hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you wasn't in the band for quite a while, and then you come back. So
4 years, 2 albums.
I'm not really going to get into what happened when you left. I want to know about what was it like when you reunited.
You know what? It was awesome. It was like an old glove or an old shoe. It fit perfect. And I think a lot of people don't realize, or they lose sight that me and Wolf started the band.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of one of the main songwriters and visionaries.
Yeah.
What I perceive the band to be, or the direction and all that stuff. It definitely feels good to be back in my seat.
That's cool, man. Right, so latest album.
Yes.
My Love.
Yeah.
How's it doing?
It's doing great. Great response. Especially in this day and age where a lot of people are doing co-writes or they're hiring writers to help them write songs. We're doing it ourselves, and when we play live, we're not running any tracks. We're just plugging in raw and we're rocking, dude.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a new video debut. Is it tomorrow?
It was either yesterday or it's tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
How's that coming?
It's awesome, man. It's it's for one of the softer-hearted songs on the album.
Mm-hmm.
The concept is about a little boy who gets bullied, growing up, and he's walking to school, and he ends up finding these goggles that when he looks through them, he sees this imaginary monster, and that monster is his like guardian angel, so to speak.
Right.
Goes through, makes a friend. And it's kind of just stating that regardless of how ugly or scary the monster might be, it's a beautiful relationship. It's beautiful between that child and that child. I
think that's a good thing I've always noticed about your band. From the music videos to the songs themselves, they always got a really deep meaning. Like, for example, the obvious one's You for the Nation. Everybody, it's like a journey, that song, so
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Sonny's really good at imagery.
Right.
So to speak, and it's kind of hard sometimes. You don't want to do a video that follows the lyrics quite to a T.
Yeah.
So we try to get creative and say, hey, let's
definitely.
Yeah.
Another thing is, one of my favorite movies is Little Nicky.
Yeah.
And I remember you guys did the song for that. How was that experience? It must be strange seeing your song on a feature film with someone like Adam Sandler.
It was awesome, bro. And even to this day, I saw it on cable back home.
Yeah.
The way it starts with
it's
the
amazing,
cinema thing comes in.
Yeah.
Fading in with the guitar lick. I'm like, yeah.
That's my work.
Yeah. But that song, a lot of people don't even know. But
it's because it's not really like, it's not the Alive, it's not the Boom, it's not, but it is.
We did that song with Rick Rubin.
Oh really?
Rick Rubin did Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Rick Rubin's done System of a Down. That was the only song we've ever done with him.
Right. It was a good song, though, man. It was good work. But this from the point when you wasn't really in the band, I don't think, when the Katy Perry thing happened.
Yeah, that I guess from my understanding was they were working with a producer, Glenn Ballard.
Right.
And she was his little
new project.
Yeah. He was developing.
Okay.
She didn't have a record out.
Yeah.
She was always hanging around the studio. Became friends with the guys.
Right.
And she was just hanging there. They're like, we need a girl to sing on something. I'm like, well, that's my girl, my artist. She's here.
Yeah.
And that's how that all came about.
How do you feel about that period where you wasn't in the band? Like, I assume you play songs, and does it feel strange playing songs that you wasn't part of, I guess? Or
I'm a team player, man. I gotta look at it in the sense of, hey, look, it happens to a lot of bands.
Yeah.
They kept the business alive. That's how I look at it.
So you had something to come back to.
When you look at a band like Iron Maiden, who
Yeah.
influenced almost everyone and their mom, but you know, Adrian Smith took an exit.
Yeah.
And so did Bruce Dickinson. And they weren't the best years when those guys weren't there.
Right.
But they kept Iron Maiden afloat.
Yeah, definitely.
And then when they all rejoined, now they're these
Yeah.
monsters.
Mega. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I look at those albums and when I play those songs, I'm like, you know, it's not necessarily something that I would have done as a writer,
Right.
As a guitar player, but hey, that's the difference of who they brought in.
Yeah, it's Truby, right? Is he still around the band, or like is there still contact with him?
The guys, he's come out to a couple shows.
Okay.
He's cool, man. I mean, I don't have no ill.
It must be one of those, like, because I think a lot of people look at it like it's kind of like that ex-girlfriend kind of thing. Oh, this is my partner's ex. You
know what? I'm cool with it, man. I don't feel threatened at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know the vision. I know the feel of the band.
Right.
And that's the difference, man.
Yeah.
When you create something, you know exactly what you're going for.
It must be great coming back and.
If anything, it's harder to feel an OG.
Right.
When they're not there.
Yeah.
That's what they did, man. And you know what? Gotta give them an E for effort.
Again, I think this was this around time? Was you involved with the Rey Mysterio theme song?
No. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is actually, the way that all came about was Rey Mysterio was an actual friend of Sonny.
He's a fan of the band, isn't he?
That, but they also went to school together.
Right.
And
back in San Diego.
Yeah. Junior high or high school, I can't remember, but
wow.
That's all far back.
That must be
so you know
strange,
we have success. Like it's funny. I went to school with a guy that was Slater in.
From Saved by the Bell. Wow.
What's his name? Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
I went to school with that guy, and it's one of those things like we weren't the best of friends growing up.
But you knew him, you chat.
But we knew, and then when he saw how successful we had become with the band, and I saw how successful he had become. It's that whole common like, hey, what's up, dude?
That's cool. Yeah.
Man, we come from
we
the
made
same
it.
neighborhood, the same school, and here we are,
cool.
you know?
That's cool.
And, you know, that's kind of the same thing what happened with those guys in Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know Sonny was heavily involved with that Whosoever thing.
Yeah.
And they did a benefit for Chi Cheng, who sadly passed away recently. I just want to see what your thoughts on that kind of thing, and if you've got any memories you want to share about Chi.
You know what, man? Chi was just an outgoing, great spirit.
Yeah.
I can remember when P.O.D. would go to, when we were still independent, and we would show up to shows and give him CDs.
Wow.
He would be super stoked.
Yeah.
And he was a fan and always went the extra mile.
Yeah.
To be a gentleman. And he was a great guy, man. It sucks that something like that happened.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, when we found out Sonny had gotten close to Chi's mom.
Yeah.
We did everything that we could in our power. We did a couple benefits. We did one with the Deftones.
Yeah.
It was us, Deftones, Far, and Cypress Hill.
Right.
In L.A. And then we did a whole nother one with the Whosoevers.
Yeah.
And we raised as much money as we could, man, and he put in a good fight, but he's in a better place.
Yeah, of course. I remember a couple of years ago, I actually reached out to the One Love for Chi guys around maybe a couple months after it first happened. Literally about this venue putting on an event here. It kind of fell through in the end, but it's strange. It was strange seeing how many people wanted to help, which is a great thing, obviously.
It's good. I mean, it sucks that it takes a tragedy.
Yeah, to bring people together.
People together, but you know what? When it does happen, it's a good thing, man.
Yeah, of course. So the last thing we
not the tragedy, but
what came of it. Yeah. The last thing we are trying to get all bands to say, if you had to leave the band for whatever reason, but on good terms, who would you get to replace you? Other than True, because we've already had that.
You say this with all bands.
Yeah, that's our goal. We want to try and build like an alternative P.O.D.
Okay.
So if it wasn't you, who would you pick?
Dang, it's funny because I said this about Jason because he was in Living Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Many years prior to everything that went down, and the next thing you know, he's the guy who replaced me.
Yeah. So who's your second choice?
second choice to replace me?
It doesn't matter if they're busy, just like ideal world, if you had to pick someone.
Okay, to cover me?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, dude. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm trying to think right now. Because, dude, the way where I come from musically is a very different place than where a lot of the metal bands come from.
Yeah. Okay.
I you know, when I wrote Youth of the Nation, we were on Ozfest.
Yeah.
Getting off here a little bit, but
that's fine.
For example, I had, you know, Dino from Fear Factory and all these different guys asking me like, "That's a weird chord thing you're doing there.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from? What did you?" And I'm like, "Well, it's because I don't just listen to metal.
Yeah, yeah.
I like a lot of British bands like The Cure.
Oh, right.
You know, everything. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I grab from different things, but then I put it through my guitar.
Yeah.
Now, a guitar player that could do that, you know who I'll give you an answer.
Right.
John Frusciante.
Okay.
From the Chili Peppers.
Okay. So if it was like, say, there was one more P.O.D. show, but you couldn't do it, you'd pick him.
I'd ask him.
Yeah, you know what it is, yeah. Okay, cool, man. That's everything. Thanks for your time, mate.
All right, cool. Hey, what's up? This is Marcos from P.O.D. Get wrecked at Reckless.